Okay, yeah, somewhere in there I cut off. I don't know where I was. So a bit might be repeating. But I'm gonna start from where I assume would be the most important. I have 3 ideas for series. Nitpicking Nicholas, insanity rants, and just generally ranting on things. And probably some gameplay videos at some point. Yeah. Sorry, I repeated all this. It's getting weird. But this one will either be continuing my insanity rant or be starting a nitpicking Nicholas. But I have nothing to nitpick on, so probably an insanity rant. I feel like I'd really like this series because there's a high chance that I'm just gonna do these if I don't have much else to do. Insanity rants will probably be insulting things or complimenting random things. So yeah, insanity rant, I guess. Don't worry, I'll think of something bad to nitpick about. For whatever I do.
What went wrong? I don't mean this plague, that must be God. But what went wrong with Haran? When they found the oil, they said it would make us all rich. Everybody. They said there would be jobs, but the good jobs went to people who weren't even from Haran. They built big towers with air conditioning, but I don't know anyone who works in them. For us, they built a slum. That was our reward. That was the gift of oil. Now the water is not clean, and the air smells like a truck. It was not fancy before, but it was not so ugly like it is now. And then this plague came. Last month, I saw a man, a rich man. He was being attacked by a peasant woman. I knew her. Her name was Denise. Only, she was no longer a person. And this thing that used to be Denise bit into that rich man's face like it was a watermelon. And I was glad. I'm ashamed of how glad I was.
Yeah, I'm gonna back this guy up. But, I know what to be a nitpicking Nicholas about. If you find this nitpicking, I guess. Annoying people, ignorant people, or people who just won't accept when they're wrong. But on the very first chance, like on the slightest thing that proves you wrong, they like rub it in your face. We all have these people. And if you don't, you might be one of them. But you also might just live in a good place. I live in Canada and I have these. I don't know why, but Canada is known for having nice people. And the entirety of my school is filled with these people. Just think about it. You're just living your life, and then somebody brings something up, and you think, what? I don't think that's true. That doesn't make sense. And then so they bring up points. And there's every once in a while where you'll be like, okay, that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna drop this entirely. And then those other times when you're like, no, this is incorrect, and I'm gonna prove it. And then so you seem like a butt face, but in fact you're not being a butt face. You're trying to prove them wrong. So you bring up a ton of pointers like different facts. And they'll bring up like Google. And you guys might be thinking, well, it's Google. Like, they have pretty good things. They have plenty of reasons that you should listen to them. And I reply with, yes. But anybody with any name they want, even false names, can put anything they want on Google. Even Wikipedia. So there's basically, like, I got in an argument with, you guys know, plasma. Somebody was saying plasma is a type of gas. So, for those of you who agree what I believe, which I believe to be correct, I'm not gonna force upon my thoughts of this, but plasma, from what I know, is an entirely different state of matter. Like, you can have plasma made out of any material, almost any material. And so she was just saying no. And so she pulled out her phone in class, which we're not allowed to have. She might have been listening to music and was allowed, but from what I know, we're not allowed. And she Googled it, and she shows me, and it says, and I already brought this point up, but plasma is a superheated gas. And I said, yeah, superheated until it turns into a different thing. And she says, no. It doesn't say anything else, just no. So, I'm not saying this person is dumb, but they're ignorant, is what I'm saying. You are ignorant if somebody brings up several points and then you just don't. My cousin is like this. Most of the people in my class are like this. And I think something's wrong with me where my intelligence doesn't grow, because when I was younger, freaking genius to everyone. Everybody thought I was smart. Because I'd bring a ton of random facts. I'd bring stuff that was from the grade I'm in now, which is grade 7, into like grade 4. And so most people would be impressed, and I wasn't really. I just got taught by my dad, who would he just taught me facts and stuff. In fact, he like threw away fairies and magic and all that stuff like immediately. He tries to, or I don't even know if he's trying. So I lost a tooth, and he was like, and so because I didn't know whether he was trying to still make me believe in the tooth fairy or not, I was like, should I stick it under my pillow? And he was like, no, I think just stick it on the glass table, like upstairs table. And so I do. So yeah, I don't think he was trying to make me believe in the tooth fairy. He never said that it wasn't real. It was probably like a barely tried thing, because he either knew that I knew that it wasn't real, or I don't know. Just didn't want to try, because I'm like in grade 7, you know? So like, he probably didn't want a grade 7er to be like, oh, Santa's real, and Tooth Fairy is real. I always knew the Tooth Fairy wasn't real, because that seemed unreasonable for me. But Santa Claus, He couldn't be fake, right? Yeah, that happened a lot, was because we didn't spend Manitoba in Ma's house. We spent it at my aunt's house. So we'd go there, and in the morning, she'd always make up stories of like her and Santa having a conversation. And normally I'd sleep on the couch in the living room and she'd make me sleep in the other room. So she genuinely tried. Later in life, it was probably like it became more of a joke, I think. Or something. But yeah, so for the most part, I believed in Santa. Then people would be telling me no, and then my aunt would be like, yeah, he does. So, actually, one thing. Everybody says Santa couldn't travel around the world in 12 hours, making stops. But what if he's going around with the moon? Because in a certain place in the world, it is the opposite time that it is where you are. So, if he's just traveling around the world where the moon is, he'd probably he'd double the thing. He'd do it like 24 hours. And I don't really know this for a fact, whether or not this would be possible. But, yeah. So if any child that you want to believe in Santa says, how can you get around the world in 12 hours? Tell them that. And then they'll be like, oh, I have no clue what you're saying, but you said Santa was real, so okay. Or they'll be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense, and then turn to a giant scientist nerd. Anyway, one more check to make sure this recording didn't suddenly close. I don't know how to tell other than closing it. So this has been the entirety of my insanity rants, like a 3-thing series. No, 2. I've made 2 episodes. Anyway, bye everybody. Comment what I should do better or what you like. Or what I should do. And if you're gonna criticize me, make it constructive criticism, not you suck. Because if you're gonna insult me and then be so lazy you're not actually gonna give me a way to improve it, not only are you having no point to that, but you're having no point to it, and you just seem like an asshole because you're not doing anything about it. And also, if you're older, you're more of an asshole, because you may be able to figure out why people would not enjoy you. But I'm in grade 7. Possible asshole, depending on who thou is. So yeah, don't be a dink face. And goodbye.